welcome back to my Otoshi Monologues. As I mentioned before, I made it to round 1 a while back, and it was finally time for my battle against the claw machines. So today, I'll be sharing my experience challenging the Japanese claw machines, and the agony I went through throughout the process. But, as y'all probably know by now, I'll do anything for
Piplup.
Yep, you heard right. There was a newly released Piplup in one of the claw machines, and it's got its eyes closed. Come on, that makes it unique, which also makes it okay for me to spend a lot of money trying to get it. And everyone I was with was like, yeah, go for it, you can do it, go, go, go. So, peer pressure wins again. And I mean, if I was gonna go for anything in a claw machine, it would be Piplup. Most of the Japanese claw machines are actually skill-based, as opposed to the ones in the American arcades. But this one was a 3-pronged machine, and from the research I've done, most times, 3-prong machines are on a payout-based system, where after a certain number of plays, the claw will just grip harder. But I went for it anyway because the desire for Piplup was too strong. And just in case you were wondering, each attempt is 100 yen, so approximately $1. And with that, let's start our Pokemon battle. And first try, it's holding. Oh my, is this gonna be a miracle? And nope. Well, gotta try again. This time, aim for the head. Pretend like you have a strategy and maybe the universe will reward you. And still nope. Now to save everyone's time, enjoy this montage of me failing many times. Every time I thought I was getting closer, Piplup would just completely roll the other way. And it's so devastating to spend 2 or 3 attempts getting Piplup closer to the prize chute, just to have it all undone because of Piplup's rotund head. And then I would have to ask the nice employee to reset it for me. And I was back at square one.
Don't you mean you were at round 1?
As I stood in front of this machine for 30 minutes, I realized that there's actually some strategy involved in this game, and you can scoop your prize just over the plastic barrier to win. While I was there, 2 groups of people won the Vulpix in the machine next to me, and one of them was a little girl who won it in 3 tries. What the heck? I have not trained properly for this event. To be fair though, Vulpix is way more flat, and both winners were able to use Vulpix's tail to prop it halfway into the prize chute so then they could just seesaw it in on the next turn. Whereas for me, Piplup is so round and stubby, like it's a lot harder to be able to prop up Piplup in order to do the same method. But I guess that just means that you need more skill, which I did not and still do not have. At this point, I was $20 in, and I was like, I am fully committed. We were gonna get this thing no matter how much money it takes. Well, with a cap at $50 because I'm not completely irresponsible, just somewhat. It was time for desperate measures and I pulled out my ace in the hole. My special ability, Guilt Trip. After every attempt that Piplup fell and moved even the tiniest bit away from the prize chute, I strategically waited for the same employee to come back and kept asking him if he could reset it for me. This, combined with the fact that I had been standing in front of this machine for half an hour, made it so that every time he came back, he made it a little easier for me to win. He would put Piplup closer and closer to the prize chute, and even lowered the plastic bar after one of my attempts. But at this point, my phone storage and battery ran out, and I didn't even end up capturing my precious little Piplup. All this effort, and I have nothing to show for it. Except for this picture, baby! Magic attempt number 25. And this is the nice man who helped me out. I wish I could have caught the moment on camera because there was so much relief and just genuine joy. But let me give you my best recreation of the events. On the last attempt, the round 1 man put Piplup sideways instead of vertically, and that's when I realized that you really do just have to leverage the prize into the chute. The claw will never just pick it up and plop it in for you. Then you have to line up one of the 3 prongs with the center of the head, while also getting the other 2 prongs on the other side of this plastic wall. And then, scoop, push, plop. I think I was overwhelmed with emotion because I'm not exactly sure how it happened. I think I may have blacked out for a moment. Piplup did just slide into the prize chute, and I'm standing there in awe with Shion. And after the shock that I got it, We both just bust out laughing. And then I went to go take a picture with the employee that made my day. Reviewing the experience as a whole, I'm very glad I did it. Of course, I was lucky enough to actually get the prize in the end, because if I didn't, I'm not sure if I would say it's worth it. Also, $25 for a plush this size is actually still below the market price for Pokemon plushies, and you get this crazy story to tell people. And every time I look at this Piplup, I'm brought back to the struggles and happiness of that day. In my opinion, it's much better than just buying the toy from a store, especially because you get this crazy emotional attachment to your prize. But definitely do your research and strategize beforehand, because it really can make a big difference. For all you kids out there, claw machines definitely aren't an everyday sort of activity, or even an every month kind of activity. But if you see something in a claw machine that you truly want, I would say it doesn't hurt to just go for it once in a while. Maybe like twice a year. And to all the haters saying,
well, like, couldn't you just, like, buy the toy?
I say, with some skill, most of the time you can win from a claw machine with less or the same amount of money it would take to actually buy the toy. But with that said, it's not a guarantee, so just be smart out there, y'all. This brings me to an end of my round 1 claw machine adventure. I hope you got some insight into how claw machines work here in Japan, and I'll talk to y'all next time I do something interesting. Mata next time! Scoop! Push! Oh. Plop!